Have you ever felt upset? Not necessarily anxious, but more upset and just bummed out. But like, you more or less cannot tell why, and you go back. You have to you find yourself tracing back your thoughts and your actions to see if you can pinpoint the thing. Usually in my case, my life, I've been this way since I was young. I will trace it back and I'll be like, oh, it was this thing. Ugh, are you kidding me? That's fine. Today I feel like I did trace it back, and I want to say it was not a big deal, but at the same time, I guess it is, because it just won't go away. Usually when I trace it back and I remember what it is, then I'm like, okay, that's fine. I can move on from that. But for some reason, I don't feel okay. One thing is, I have, when I have something to deal with, I really am so sensitive. I'll use that word. I don't think it's a fair word, because I never thought it was fair when my family was using it when I was growing up. Oh, so sensitive. They use that word a lot with me. The older I got, I felt like, you know what? I don't think that I'm that sensitive. I think it's justifiable and whatever. And I got to know myself, and I understood why I'm the way I am, and that I am the way I am, and we all are whoever we are, and that's okay, and that's enough. But I feel like part of my sensitivity, quote unquote, is me, like, when I have to deal with something, sometimes I just push it under the rug and pretend like it's not happening. It's like one of my coping mechanisms. Probably not the best out there, but it's a tool. Whenever I think about things that I've been pushing under the rug, sometimes I'll feel my chest closing up. I'll physically feel the anxiety and the stress. And sometimes, you go to Google and you search how you feel or whatever, and it will be the same types of mental illnesses that come up as a result, under the search results. And you're like, whenever I search different symptoms of what's going on with me, these things come up. But Google is Google, You try not to take it super seriously, but you're also side-eye yourself. One of the things that I've been pushing under the rug, somebody returned something. I hate a return. The sales haven't been going great in my store. I have a store on eBay. And I sell mainly clothing. I sell male, female, shoes, clothes, stuff like that. The sales have I thought it was just the beginning of the year, and then it was mid-year, and now we're in the third quarter or something like that, September. October, November, December. Oh my God, we're wrapping up the third quarter actually. And I guess it just was not a good year. I was actually looking at my stats. I don't want to go into detail with that. It's making me, I can feel myself. The vibrations are lowering. It's like low vibe stuff. So I just generally don't like a return because it's a bummer. And somebody sent me a return. You get a notification on eBay and you're like, oh, a sale. And then you look it up and it's a return requested, return approved. I'm like, fudge. And then now you have to deal with that. It's like it's false alarm. It's money that has to go. It's just like all those things, right? So usually as soon as I get it, sometimes they end up not sending the item back. So you're like waiting and waiting. It's like a dreaded thing that's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Like, just send the item. Like a lot of my items reach the buyer within 3 days. I don't care where they are in the country. For the ones that are in the country, I also do international shipping. So I'm like, why is it taking so long? It didn't take that long to get to you. But it does for whatever reason. I guess I should be thankful with regards to my record of shipping from my end. So then it'll be a long, like, dragged out, anxiety-ridden process, and then them not even sending out. So after 30 days, they can't even send the return anymore or whatever. So I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, if I'm lucky, I'm going to get distracted. And I have a lot going on in my life, like everybody else, but it's like those things that are like lingering in the back of your mind. When I do get a return and it does get delivered, usually I will open it, check it out, see that the item, and I can feel like my gut feeling will tell me it's okay. Like, excuse me, it's just a feeling that I get, and I trust that feeling. So, but I will just double check the item anyway, and then I'll do the return right away that it's done, because I don't want to have that thing in the back of my mind, that and other things that I already had before. So this time I had an item and I was like, I'm pretty sure, let me just double check it, blah, 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 blah. And then I saw that there was like a little bit of a damage, not a big deal. I just feel bad for I don't know why, like I feel bad for my buyers when they have to return items. I don't get a lot of returns, thank gosh, but I get way more than I would like. And I feel bad for them too. I'll be like, oh, they probably really wanted this and were excited. So I try not to be too hard on them. If it has something that can be removed by me, it's not a big deal, I'll just take care of it and I'll give them the full refund. Like, whatever, dude. I just don't want to, because then if you take out the money, then maybe they challenge you. Now you're dragging it out, like emotional. I can't have that. It's like offers peace for me to just take care of to get it over and done with. My anxiety levels are like, today is because I drank coffee. I don't know. I'm just, whenever I think about something that bugs, my heart just goes. So anyway, pardon me. I got the return yesterday when I arrived. Oh, you know, as you do from you coming back from a vacation, you get a bill that has been raised and you get a return. So today I was like, oh, I don't know how long I have to take care of this return, because usually I do it right away. But this time, because of the damage, I just didn't want to be thinking about making a decision. Okay, should I deduct some money? How much should I deduct? I didn't want to go into any of that low vibration shit. But this evening I took a photo and I was like, you know what? I'm going to take at least, I don't know what percentage. Not 10, but it's also not 20. Wait, it is 20. I was like, I'm going to take 20% off from their refund. And I thought, this person, blah, blah, blah. So I made a note. I said that there was an issue, but I also made a note saying, I feel bad taking money back from the customer. So I gave them the full refund, but I made a note and I sent them a photo because I wanted to end. That's one thing that was lingering, right? So I took care of it because I want to feel better. But there's the other thing that I had thought which I think was the main trigger, that I thought that I had taken care of. Bought something, I fixed the thing, I went through it. It had been months that this thing had not been working. I don't want to get into full details. I just want to pretend that all these things are not happening. I took care of it like a week ago. While I was taking care of that, something else apparently broke. I don't remember breaking anything. I didn't even touch that part of it. But I noticed that there was some damage. So now you fixed one thing and you have a new problem, right? Pardon me. Then I thought, you know what, this shouldn't be a big thing to fix. I fixed the one thing that had been in the back of my mind for months. Months, I say. Now, today, I'm like, what's that smell? What is that? This is very unusual. And then I realize I either have the same problem that I had for months again, or it was a temporary fix, which means the thing that broke when I fixed what I thought I had fixed is still broken, and the thing I thought I had fixed is not fixed. Now I have two problems. Do you know when you thought you had taken care of something? You know when you're stressed out about something being broken or faulty or whatever, and then you think you fixed it. That puts you on a high, right? Because now it's like, yay. And then you find out it's broken again, or it wasn't fixed or whatever. The feeling the stress that you get the second time around feels worse than the original one. Or is it just me? Intellectually, none of this is a big deal. But emotionally, I just feel bummed out right now. And I'm like, there has to be something else. It can't just be this thing. Because this can be taken care of. And this thing is even guaranteed. I can even get my money back. That's another lingering, dragged out thing. Fixing something with a money back guarantee thing is almost a scam if you are built the way that I am. Because now you have to pursue another long thing. They don't make it easy. You don't just make a phone call and you give somebody your credit card or whatever and they return the money. No. It's going to be a process. I don't want to get into that vent. But I feel like realistically, but, oh shit, where's the receipt? I hope I better still have the receipts. Oh, I use the credit card, so I'll be able to return it. I don't want to return it. I want to fix it. I still have some more of the thing. I'm going to do it one more time. But I have to fix the other thing first to be able to test if the other... Oh, tell you what. I just feel like the things that were lingering are all coming back to the surface right now. It's a shitstorm in my head. It literally feels like my head is overloaded. You know when you literally can feel your head hurting? I don't even have a headache. It's just my head feels overfilled. And when I was in a relationship that was not amazing, thank God I'm no longer in it, this is how I would feel. It would literally feel like my head's going to explode. Like if I'm watching an emotional abusive relationship on a reality show, I look at the person and I'm like, I know how your head feels right now. Maybe they don't react to it the way that I do, but I'll be like, oof. Because it feels like the walls are closing in and it's like, you just want to go and let it out of your ears and your eyes and your nostrils and just... I don't want to spend too much time like thinking about this. I want to feel better. So hopefully I can find like a podcast that can distract me or something. Sometimes I do that. You know, silence is good. I haven't done a gratitude journal in a few days. Sometimes I'm like, what were you thinking? Why wouldn't you do a gratitude journal when you know that it's one of your tools? I even took the book with me to Big Bear where I went to spend the weekend. And for some reason, I didn't sit down and do it. It's nobody's fault but my own. I have this thing that happens with my hands. I've always had like a joint issue. So from driving, my hands will really hurt. I use my phone a lot, holding on to these heavy iPhone Pluses, and my hands will like need a break. So between that and then holding on to the steering and all that, my hands will need a break. So to hold the pen and write down a gratitude journal, because I literally physically write down. I don't just use, talk to text. I try to meditate still, even on the days that I don't do the gratituding. I still sit down and I meditate and I give thanks for the things. I did a lot of that when I was on my weekend away. I mean, how can you not? Big Bear is, if you've never been to Big Bear and you are in close proximity or it's doable, I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful ski resort. I don't do well with cold, so I don't go for the skiing periods, but I've been twice so far, and it's just so beautiful. Just where I stay, I sit in line with the window and just I have a clear view of the lake, Big Bear Lake, and I just take it in, or just walk around and take all of the beauty. Everywhere in that small town is beautiful. It's great to be there, and I get along with my hosts. Excuse me, they're a couple, so both of them. So those are all things that I am grateful for. And then to drive home in a car that was fixed recently and it's safe, and I got along with my mechanic, and I get to text him and be like, hey, I'm in Big Bear, and it's like, how's the car going and whatever. So I'm thankful for all of that, and I do acknowledge it. I don't take any of it for granted. And I drive home and I'm thankful that I made it home safely. It's a lot of windy roads from Big Bear. It's by the San Bernardino forest. If you've heard of PC, is it PCT? Pacific Coast Trail. I think that's what it stands for. I think it's 260, more or less, mile trail that people hike. And it takes them months. Look that up if you didn't know about it. It's a real thing. People practice. It's like a bucket list type thing for some people. So Big Bear is along that trail. And San Bernardino, I think due to San Bernardino forest, which is in that vicinity. It's just a thing of beauty. If you've watched or are watching still The Bold and the Beautiful, you'll remember, I don't know, I haven't watched in the last more than 10 years, but back in the day, I know that when I was still in South Africa, I used to watch and see I think the Foresters, Eric Forster. Oh shoot, it's been so long. But Eric used to own a cabin in Big Bear. Excuse me, according to the Bold and the Beautiful storyline. So I know that around Christmas time, the family used to go to the cabin and there'll be snow and whatever. So it was nice coming to America and getting to go to Santa Barbara, because I believe that's where they live, no? Oh, that's the other show called Santa Barbara. I don't know. But I think they lived in that area according to the fake Bold and the Beautiful. And they would go to Big Bear. And I've been to both places. Both are stunning. And I've been to CBS Studios several times where it's filmed. So it's just nice fun facts. And it's also, for a girl like me who was born and raised humble beginnings. Oh, shit. I think I just heard it. Ah, shit. I just heard it. Okay. Fuck. Holy shit. I have to find it and kill it. There's no other way. I just have to kill it. I already killed one. Please let... Fuck me. Oh my god, I think it's more than one. Ew. Where is it? Fuck me. Ew. I hate that sound. Really. Let me tell you what, speaking of things that are downers and bombers, when I hear the sound of crickets, it can really ruin my mood. Oh, they stopped. I need them to continue. Where are they? Ew, please, whatever you do. You know when you hear them, but I feel like they're outside. Sorry about my loud door. No, it's inside. Oh, fuck my life. They're always behind something. You can never, well, not always. I was gonna say you can never just find them. Yeah, you can. I've seen them just like. Oh God, I hope I find them. I need to remove this. Is that it? Is that it? No, it's not. I have these pots here. Supposed to have plants in them. To be honest with you, I keep thinking it's here, but then it keeps sounding like it's behind. Ah! I found it. Ew, there are two of them. I thought so. Son of a gun. Okay. I guess they were making love. Someone said that when you hear them, they're calling for a partner, just like cats. I wish I could just take a bug spray and just spray them, but I don't think that's how it works. Even with the flies, even though the spray was for the flies, I don't even think that's how flies roll. Come back, you son of a bitch. Gross. I hope I kill the other one as well. I wish I could make a disclaimer that no crickets were killed in the production of this thing, but that would be false. Second cricket into the toilet. Next! I can't, otherwise they will wake me up in the middle of the night. And that's the worst trauma. If you think that I'm bothered about how I feel now, I don't want to deal with that. There were two of them. I don't know if I killed the other one as well. If I did, I should be able to find it. The fact that I don't see it anywhere. No, you're dead too, bitch. Bye-bye. If I tell you, I watch a lot of... Ew, this one's huge. One of them is male and female. Well, I guess they were mating, so... Unless they're homosexual. Who knows? With crickets. Bye-bye. Ew! I gotta flush this now. There are 3 of them. I beg your pardon with all the noise in the background. This has just become a reality show. I always wanted to be one. Just kidding. Things like reality shows, you never know how you would ever be able to handle certain things. It seems like it would, when you're watching people handling social media, for example, social media feedback on how they behaved, you're like, it seems like it shouldn't be such a big deal. Just do this, just. You don't know. You don't know how you would handle it. Maybe they're doing it, they're doing a much, much better job than you ever could. So sometimes I'm like, oh, thank God I have my privacy. I'm like, that money and fame sounds nice, but I don't know. Oh. Last time I killed so many, I stopped turning on the light on my front porch because I heard it's one of the ways they come close to your house, and I don't want to deal with that. Apologize for all the noise in the background. So far I killed 3. I don't like that at all. In fact, I killed 3 tonight, and I killed one, I think, in the morning. Yeah, it has to have been this morning because I wasn't here yesterday morning. So that really bugs, pardon the pun, because I don't want to go back to that life. I started talking about having cricket infestation in the past tense somebody even sent me a cricket. I probably manifested it from that. Somebody sent me a weird cricket-like bug and asked me if I've seen that. Do we have those here? And I was like, we had a black cricket infestation, but none like what you showed me in the photo. And now the crickets are like, hey, boo, you're back. Even at the library, there was one that was just... And I said to them, that sound really bothers me. I feel like I could benefit from like hypnotherapy. I don't know why everything's just making me anxious. Can you imagine if all of this is just because I drank coffee? I even drank it now in the evening because there was so much left. And I was like, let's not waste this. It's good stuff. I drank a bunch of it. Don't think that was a good idea, but I'm just wondering now. I'm like I'm just maybe too anxious. I hope that's all it is. Hopefully that answer and explanation is enough to carry me over. Because I just thought about something that I was excited about earlier on, and that thing bothered me now, the thought of it. And that shouldn't bother me because I'm happy about that. So I'm like, wait, why does everything upset me? Like, what the hell? Okay, it's 5 to 9 p.m. What I'm going to do now, I don't like that these recordings automatically put my address on there. I need to change that setting. What I'm going to do now is, you know what I should do? I should write on my gratitude journal. That's what I should do. That is exactly what I should do. Here's my gratitude journal. Instead of finding an excuse, I just have to do 10 things that I'm thankful for. So I'm going to write on that. And then I'm going to find a podcast. I don't want to watch a show. Like around this time, it's my bedtime. Should have gone to sleep already. So I don't want to watch a show that's going to stimulate me. I'm going to just listen to a podcast that's going to just take me to sleep. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I usually am all over the place in how I tell stories and how I talk. I try to connect them back and tie them together into a bow. But if I was more all over the place this time, I beg your pardon to a certain degree. But also, we all have our quirks. We all have our moments. And please find it in your heart to empathize that you also have your moments where don't be like so annoyed that you're like, just like, oh my God, I can't with this fucking bitch. We all have our moments. I'm not defending myself. I'm just saying let's extend a little bit of grace towards each other. I'm not perfect at that either. Intellectually, I know it. But sometimes I'm like, I don't give second chances. I don't do this. I don't do that. Which is not fair because I probably would want somebody to give me that grace. At Baba Lobrok everywhere. And I have a blog and a YouTube under my name, Baba Lobrok. Oh shoot, it's time to pay for my renewal of my blog. I think when they send me an email, I think they'll send me an email. I feel like my brain is just looking for things to worry about. Usually when I do these recordings, by the time I'm done, I would be feeling better. Now my brain is still scanning for problems. So I'm going to do this gratitude journal as another tool, another means to make me feel better. And then I'm going to do the podcast, like I said, and hopefully I will drift away into beautiful sleep and wake up looking 16 again. Love you, mean it, toodles. Hope you feel better than I do. I also hope you don't feel worse than I do because I know I'm fine. I just got to figure out how to feel better.